Hello girls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sylvia and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do the aegyosal. This is kind of like an updated version because I feel like the 4th gen K-pop girlies, they have their aegyosal a lot bigger than they usually do, and you can see the difference between my eyes. Like my eyes look so much bigger on this side compared to this side. So if this is interesting to you, continue watching, and it's super simple. So there are just 3 things you need: a sharp angle brush. I like recommend something like super sharp, and then a contour palette. I usually also use eyeshadow, but you can use a contour palette like this. Actually, one of my favorite things to use is this Wake Make palette, and I use these colors here, but it can be a little harsh sometimes, so I recommend the Judy Doll one. This is pretty good, and I have it in number 1. And the last thing you need is a highlighter, and my favorite one is the Florette one. And this is in kind of like a yellowish color. I'll show you in a bit. I know some brands have come out with their own like aegyosal pencil. This one's from Judy Doll. I want to like this, but unfortunately I don't really like it as much. I'll just draw it for you here. It looks really light, but the problem is the line is super sharp, so it doesn't look that natural on like the eyes. It's too sharp. But I do like the highlighter part of it. Let me just swatch it for you. So the color of this one is a lot more like on the neutral side, whereas the Florette one can look a little yellow when you swatch it on your hand. However, I have the Florette one on my eye right now and it does not look like bright yellow, but when you swatch it on your hand, can you see how like warm and yellow this looks? But like on the eye, it just brightens it up a whole lot. But I like these 2 colors quite a bit. I talked about this before on my reel, but they also come in this pink one. I don't really like the pink one as much because it doesn't really suit the eyes unless you're doing like a pink makeup, whereas the yellow one kind of goes on all types of makeup. So this is super pinkish cool, and then the yellow, and then kind of like a neutral color. But this one is super pretty. This is the blueberry one, and it's basically just a glitter. It's so gorgeous. So my top picks would be the Florette one. The Judy Doll one's nice, but like it's kind of wasted because I don't really use the contour part, and also this glittery one. I'll just put it on right now on this side of my face so you guys can see it. I like to put it in the inner corner as well. Look at that. I also want to apologize if the lighting doesn't look as good because my light broke and now I have it at a different angle, so it's not as bright. But anyway, let's move on to the tutorial. So to draw this bigger aegyosal, you want to kind of squint to find your natural aegyosal, and you can see my line is right here. So instead of drawing right on your natural aegyosal, you want to go just a slightly bit lower around here. So I'm gonna mix the darkest and lightest color just a bit. If you think there's too much, you can like kind of tap your brush on the mirror. I usually always do that. And find your natural aegyosal. I'm gonna look this way so I can look at the mirror. Okay, so it's right here. I'm gonna go a little bit lower. And when you're starting, you want to try to start in the center of your pupil. So right here, and kind of make a line right there first to start. You can't really see it now, but you want to slowly build it up. I have my marker there. And I want to follow my eye shape. And it's important to get a super sharp brush so it's a lot easier for you to not make the line too blurry. And sometimes I prefer the eyeshadow compared to the contour palette because it gives more of a cleaner line, but when you use a contour palette, it definitely looks more natural. So I'm just gonna use my Wake Me palette, and I'm gonna show you like the line's gonna be pretty sharp. As you can see, the aegyosal is a lot bigger, but that's fine. We're gonna highlight it now. Oh, and a tip for those who have monolids and you want to fake like a double eyelid, you can also just use the brush and kind of map out where you think the double lid would be. I kind of have a small little crease that looks like a double lid, so I kind of just contour that line a bit more so it looks like I have a double lid, but it's fake. I'm gonna show you the Judy Doll highlighter so you can have a feel of what the color looks on the eye. But now what you're gonna do is use the highlighter and just follow the aegyosal line on top. It looks more neutral, but when you put it on your eye, it looks more pink. So can you imagine like putting the other pink one? It'll look too pink. That's why I really like the yellow one, because it just looks so natural. And this one's not bad too. So now sometimes the lines can be a little harsh on the front. Today it's not so bad, but sometimes when I put it, it's a bit harsh. So what I do is I kind of tap it a bit to kind of just blend into my eye. And if you think your aegyosal looks out of place, here's a little tip for you. What you want to do is kind of use the palette that you were using. So I was using the Dusty palette, and you want to kind of take a darker shade like this for your lower lid, and then you want to put it at the outer edges of your eyelid to kind of contour near your eyeliner. This just gives it more depth and it makes your aegyosal pop a lot more. Also, adding fake false lashes under your eye makes your aegyosal look really nice. So I would recommend the FlowerKnow eyeliner from their Butter Cloud collection. And I particularly like this one for eyelashes, as I mentioned before, is because the tip of the eyeliner is so small. It's smaller than normal, so I really recommend it. I'm gonna put my finger here to balance my hand. Just there. Now it looks like I have some fake lashes. And today's foundation is not so full coverage, so it's not covering my acne really well. But now I'm gonna go in with the blue one since I did it on this eye. Same thing. And this is the complete look of the aegyosal. Let me know what you think or any tutorial you want to see. I'm gonna start posting videos every Saturday, so look forward to that. And follow for more girly beauty.